Hello my lovely ones, welcome back to Wellington Witch. Lorien here, and it's an absolute pleasure to bring you these readings. This is for your week ahead, and I just want to take the time to wish you a very happy new lunar year. It's going to be hopefully very exciting. The new moon in Aquarius has just happened at the time of recording this video, and I'm hoping that everything refreshes and actually, makes us feel refreshed, I suppose. That's the only word that's coming to mind at the moment. But as you can see, this is a timeless reading. It doesn't matter when you watch this reading, this is basically for the next 7 days in your life. So what's going to happen, what we're bringing in. And as you may see, I have chosen 3 moon cards in honor of this time that I am recording the video. Actually, I did shuffle them and they came out. So we have 3 very distinctive, full glorious cards. So the first one is nothing will come of this situation. This is the void of course moon. The second one is take time to breathe out. This is the disseminating moon. And the third is you're very close to achieving your goal, the gibbous moon. So I will include a meditation for 60 seconds with some music, just so you can kind of breathe and get in tune with your intuition. But I just want to say thank you guys so much for taking the time to spend with me today and have a look at the messages that me and Spirit want to bring towards you. If you do want to like this video, that would mean the world to me. Thank you. Every like helps me spread my message to those who may not have found me yet. And also, if you'd like to leave a comment, let me know how your week's going. I do love hearing your stories, and commenting really does make my day. I really like, I get a little notification on my phone and it's like, ooh, somebody's commented. So I do like reading those, and I always try and respond to each and every one. So thank you very much for doing that. If you're all settled then, if you have chosen already 1, 2 and 3, you can absolutely feel free to go ahead and skip to that part. If you're still having trouble deciding, I'll include the 60-second meditation now. But let's get on with the reading for you guys, and I'll speak to you guys in just a second. Hello lovely group ones. So you would have chosen the void of course moon. So this moon basically means that the moon is not in any particular sign. It's where it's transitioning between signs. Now in witchcraft I know that the recommendation is you don't particularly do anything around this time, simply because there may not be anything that happens. But with this one, it's kind of like a situation isn't going to come to fruition. So that may be good news or bad news depending on what you feel like. But I do feel something better maybe around the corner when this comes in. And you can believe that you will get what you need with this particular card. Maybe take time out. This is kind of like the pause button. So it's not in Aquarius or it's not in Pisces. It's just not in any particular sign. So maybe that's a kind of a point for you to just be and kind of accept that there's a pause at this point. So that could be the week that's coming through for you at this point. Maybe there's some things that you're not quite seeing yet, but let's have a look and see with your tarot cards first of all. So what's coming through? Ooh, 7 of Pentacles, 9 of Swords, and then we have the Judgment card. Okay, so this is kind of interesting to me because I feel like maybe you have to be honest, it feels like this is having faith. The 7 of Pentacles is, 7 is about faith, but 7 of Pentacles is having faith that your vision, your investment is actually going to turn a profit. You may actually be reaping some heavy rewards this week. But it also could be that you're still under hard work in order to do that. You could be working very hard, trying to get things together, make ends meet, trying to focus on, your highest good, because it could just be that you're repeating the same stuff different day. However, they also have this Nine of Swords. So the Nine of Swords could be that you're so stressed by the situation that we have here that you're continuously working your vision, you're working towards your goal, you're trying to continue things, but you're worried about something. There could be an anxious quality here, and that could be what the moon is actually telling you. Nothing's going to come of this situation. Don't worry yourself unnecessarily. If you're worried, for instance, that you're working too hard, or something's going to break, or something's not going to happen properly because of blah blah blah, the worry will not help you accomplish your goals. And I think that's basically what is trying to say. You worrying, nothing will come from that. What will come from something is you working. So try and put your intentions into the work rather than into your anxieties, because I see you waking up here. This week could prove almost like a rebirth, really. I feel like you've had an inner calling, sort of this wake up that's actually giving you this, maybe with the lunar new year coming in, but there's definitely a change, and I think that this is going to help you. You're kind of, for me, this particular card is always like you're standing up to somebody. You're saying to this person, you know what, no, I'm not going to be bashed down anymore. Maybe you're standing up to yourself. I'm not going to allow myself to be distracted by fear anymore. So that could be that you're changing things around. You're allowing yourself to just enjoy and be and encapsulate everything that brings you joy. Judgment is kind of like being called to your higher calling, being finally seeing something for what it is, and you're sort of being called to answer that. It's up to you whether you want to answer it, of course, but I always say that if you want to go forwards in anything, it's probably best that you do it in your own soul journey, your own kind of purpose, if you will. So let's have a look at what your oracle card is, if I can get it off this cloth. Priestess. Ooh, okay. So how are you being called to step up and lead? Exactly, your higher calling. Maybe you're now, being told or feeling this thing to take a higher position. Maybe you're being called to... this is not for all of you, actually. But there is a possibility that some of you are being called to kind of give others, give up to others, basically. You're kind of saying, you know what, maybe there's a promotion that you've wanted for a long time, and now you're actually in sight of it. You're kind of, you know what, I don't want it. So maybe that's your calling, to kind of know when to give over to someone else and when to, I think, what was it? There's a quote about a leader knows when to listen to their people and knows when to, give over to somebody else for the benefit of the company or the people or something. It's kind of knowing when to lead and when to step down. And I think that's probably going to be what you're doing this week. You know when to work your socks off, and you know when to lead by example and put down your tools. I think this is basically so you can tune into yourself and into your intuition a little bit more. It's all right to take some downtime. You don't have to consistently work the machine and oil the machine and consistently push yourself, because that won't achieve anything if you overexert and all that other stuff that we don't really want in our lives. So maybe there's something that you just need to take a break from. Now, this is the relationship card, so this is for everybody, not just your lover, not just your spouse or whatever. This is for everybody. Ooh, true love, so that's a good thing. This is the romance of a lifetime. So this week you may be feeling more like you want to be seen as a romantic entity. You maybe want to feel like the comfort that you get with it, the comfort knowing that you're loved, the comfort knowing that you love somebody else. I truly feel that this is kind of calling in a way for some of you. It's kind of saying step up, be the leader, And I feel like this is going to make you feel respected almost. Like, for some of you, people have been telling you to do this for a while. People have been telling you, take a break. And it's not because they don't like you working all the time. It's not because they necessarily feel that, you know, it's bad or anything. They understand your passion, hopefully. But this, to me, feels like, you know, the little things when they're saying, take care of yourself. Here's some water. Here's, you know, a cup of tea when you wake up. You know, this is like they're taking care of you and they're wanting you to take care of yourself as well. That's the thing that I feel here for you guys, is that there will be some people, either a friend, maybe even a boss or a worker, that are actually checking in on you and saying, how are you? How are you doing? What's going on in your life? Are you okay? Do you need me to swap this meeting for something else? Know when to say you can't do it. I think that's basically what this kind of reading is trying to say. Know when you can admit defeat, in a way, that you're in between signs and you can't do anything. So just, I think you're in between phases of your life, so you don't have to do anything. That's kind of what I'm feeling here. You don't have to push unnecessarily or shift things or anything like that. Just make sure that you can actually take the downtime you need in order to recover and then kind of present yourself in a different way in future. But I hope this really helped you guys. Again, thank you so much for spending the time with me today. If this does resonate, please leave a comment below, and all the details as to how to contact me on social media or to get a reading are down below as well. But in the meantime, I wish you the very best of luck, and I'll speak to you guys very soon. And now I'm going to go on to group 2. Hello lovelies, welcome to group 2. So this one could be take time to breathe out. I think it's just basically, as it says, maybe things have been running through your brain a little bit too much. There could be some mental exertion, physical exertion, emotional exertion that has left you feeling a little bit empty. It's kind of time to wind down. It's a sort of a phase where you're now breathing out. Like you've been maybe holding your breath for a long time, it feels like tension or something. Now just breathe out. It's just as important as taking those breaths, is to release that tension that is within, so you feel like, oh, you can release something and you can actually get it out of your system and just kind of get it away somehow. You know, it's just something like you're putting a worry to one side. So let's have a look at your tarot cards. Okay, so you have the Fool, you have the Knight of Wands, and you have the Eight of Cups. So to me, this is definitely a new journey. You'll feel refreshed when you take the time to breathe out. Not many people may understand the reason that you're doing something. Not many people may recognize the reasons that you do what you do. They may not see why you want to go on this new journey. For instance, I'm sick of living in the sunshine. I want to move back to England. That kind of thing. It could be that, you know, you don't have anybody recognizing your motivations, but I do feel that, you know, at the time recording, Lunar New Year, this could be something that you feel like spontaneous energy to do something new, or having faith in a new idea, or deciding to try something different, and you certainly have the creative energy to do that. There's inspiration here. There's a flash of inspiration that maybe something that you didn't think of, you didn't anticipate, but is definitely giving you that spark at the moment. I feel like the Eight of Cups is selling you. It's kind of that you're saying, I've had enough of something here. There's an inspiration that's giving you the excuse to take this new beginning. There's something like, okay, you know what? Maybe I was disappointed. Maybe I've put in a lot of effort into this. It's not really fulfilling me anymore. So I'm going to use this energy. I'm going to use this night energy of passion and adventure and creativity, and I'm going to leave this situation behind. I know how to leave this situation now. I know how to finish it. So there's definitely a spark of creation here. There's purpose, and I feel like, even though sometimes this is kind of sad and that you're leaving something behind, it may have really emotionally exhausted you in some respects. I feel like there's also this feeling of relief. Take time to breathe out. There's relief coming in here. Maybe you've been wanting to manifest something, you haven't figured out how to do it, and this is actually the way that, you know, it invites you to do it in a way that you can feel, finally, that's the word that just gets, finally, something clicks into place this week for you guys over a situation that's been lingering for some time. There you go. The initiation is your oracle card. So it's a rite of passage. You're now crossing the threshold. You're leaving something behind. It may be a turn in the road. You know, like people are waiting for the fever to break. The fever is now breaking. You know, so you're actually getting past something. You're feeling better. There's been a bump in your road for kind of a while now, and now you're kind of getting over it. It may be a block creatively. It may have been a block energetically. You know, you felt maybe like you were hemmed in somewhere and you couldn't really move, or you couldn't speak your mind, or you couldn't say anything. It could also be about accepting yourself and accepting your situation. And other people around you. Maybe you decide to leave a situation with a person behind and you have an idea as to how to not necessarily remove them from your life, but just put them into a compartment in your mind, in your life, where you don't have to deal with them every day or deal with their energies. And for the universal card, not just romance, it's unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. So for those of you who are in a struggling place emotionally with a relationship, this is the spark of the idea to do something about that or leave. So it's how you have a chance to heal, and then you can go, you know what, I've seen the truth now, I realized it, it's such a relief, I can't believe I didn't see it before, and now I can do something about it and I can leave. So it could be that you're leaving a place of work. They don't appreciate you, they don't appreciate who you are, what you've contributed. It could be that your ideas have always been second to everybody else's, and now you're just taking the decision to leave. The main thing that this week is bringing is you're putting yourself first. You're definitely putting yourself first. Your work, your time, your effort, your labour, everything. You're putting you as number one this week. Breathe out and center yourself and take this leap and take this creativity that's coming to you. I hope this helped you, Group 2s. Do let me know in the comments below if this did resonate. Thank you for liking and sharing, and if you want to contact me on social media, all the information that you need to do so is down below. In the meantime, I'll speak to you guys very, very soon, and I'm going to move on to Group 3. Hello, beautiful Group 3s. So you have chosen, you're very close to achieving your goal. This is a wonderful card to choose. Basically, it means exactly what it says on the tin. You're very close to achieving what you've set out to do. The main feeling with this card could be that you, almost like you are literally among the trees looking up and seeing the light come down. You may feel like you're in the woods without, you know, a clue as to which direction to turn to, but you are very close to finding the answers that you seek. And I think that there is a culmination of things that you're actually on the road to discovering. The time may be very ripe for you to explore new things as well in order to achieve that goal. But I do feel this, the key thing of that card in particular is to keep the momentum moving, to keep, you know, like it's almost like there's a fuse that's been lit, and it may have taken a while to get to this point, but you're almost at the end now. So it's something that feels like it could be quite an intense period of this week. It could even be the gibbous moon, because it's just shortly before full moon. You may be looking at this just before the full moon. It could be that you're almost there, so hopefully things are looking up for you guys. So we're going to start for the tarot cards. Ooh, okay. So you have the Page of Swords, you have the Hermit card, and you have the Magician. They're telling me I should move these around. Okay, so no matter which way I do it, it's the Hermit card in the middle. So, there's lots of messages coming through for you guys. I'm just trying to sort through them. So with the Magician, you have all the tools at your disposal. You have the concentration, you have the power, you have the ability to pursue and persevere. But with the Hermit as well, it just seems like there's something that you have to bring out. So you're struggling to bring something out of yourself. I do see guidance and solitude. So the guidance that you seek may come when you're on your own. You're very close to achieving whatever you set out to achieve. So it could just be that you need to take a little break or just take your mind away from something in order to really see the fields rather than everything else that's in the way, like the rocks or the fences. It feels like you want to see things without any objects that are pushing you to one side. You're having to go around it or make do with doing this. Problems, basically. But the Magician tells you that you have everything that you need in order to combat those problems, to overcome them, to action plan. Because you need to have, with the Magician, you need to have the sort of pentacles of the physical, the material, the tangible things you can hold, the energy of the wands. You also need the mentality, the brightness, the problem-solving ability of air and swords. And you also need the emotional intuition that comes with the cups and the water. The emotional resonance that you actually just know and instinctively follow your gut feeling. And I think this in particular, this light in the lantern from the Hermit, I feel like this is coming out to tell you something that you're holding on to. You just need to let it flow. You get to know it. You maybe need to do some meditation to unblock this. But you've got to know your power. You've got to know your inner strength. Maybe over the course of a year. And now I think it's the time to just allow yourself to know, you know what, I got this, I'm okay. I can achieve this, I can continue this. So it could be, with the page, there's some messages coming in. There could even be some curious energetic leanings. So you may be finishing up some lessons or some extracurricular activity or something like that. Finishing off learning something anyway. But it could also be that there has been a delay in receiving a response from someone. So somebody may have just been taking their sweet time coming back to you. And now you're very close to achieving your goal because they go, you know what, hey. Or it could be you reaching out to somebody and asking them something. You know, like it could be you decide to, within your wisdom, and you've just consulted your guides or your inner self, you decide to reach out to somebody and say, you know what, I'm going to try and make something happen, or I'm going to contact you, or somebody may want you to come and try out something with them, like a contract or work. There's a lot of different layers to this group 3. I think a lot of you are very, very busy, but not in all the same areas. Some of you are busy trying to arrange things with family. Some of you are busy trying to arrange things with work, personal projects, things like that. So you're very, very busy people. I get a lot of air with you guys, so you could be an air sign, but I just feel like there's a lot of busy going round. You're very close to achieving your goal, so don't give up now. So you have, Star Mother. So this is how can you mother yourself? So even though you are very busy, even though you are literally running around trying to arrange things, how can you take care of yourself? So it may be that, you can't see your parents all the time. It may be that you are feeling like you are the only one that's caring for yourself at this point in time. Like you're so rushed off your feet caring for everybody else, you can't possibly care for yourself. This is kind of telling you to take that step aside and maybe check in with how you're doing now and again, especially for this week. The fuse that's lit or you're yet to light is going to be, maybe a few seconds, a few days before everything goes boom and everything's done and it's completed. So what are you going to do with yourself between now and then? What are you going to do with yourself after it's completed? What are you going to do when everything you've achieved or wanted to achieve has now come to this end point of time? Then, I think you just need to have fun. So flirt, this is not just for yourself and a romantic relationship. This is just for everybody. Have a good time. Extend your light-hearted energy to others. You can extend comfort and warmth like a mother, yeah. But you can also extend joy and happiness and having a joke and, being light-hearted and being very open. Maybe you feel a little bit scared of doing that with the Hermit here. Maybe you're not sure as to what may happen if you were to do that. I'm here to tell you nothing bad. As long as you don't take it seriously, as long as you don't, make it unprofessional or make it really weird, just a joke here and there. If they don't get it, fine, but just spread that smile, spread that light-hearted energy, but include yourself in that. Watch a comedy show, do something that you love, watch a funny movie, watch cat videos. They never fail to make me laugh. Just do something that is light-hearted and gives yourself a mental and energetical break, because this is very close to achieving your goal. I don't mean like suddenly divert yourself to procrastination, but just take like 5 minutes, 10 minutes out of your day just to wind down, see where you're at, consult with where you need to be, and I think you'll absolutely be fine this week. There's something on its way to you. There's something that you're still working towards. Don't give up now. Just allow laughter in, allow light-hearted moments into you, and allow yourself to be happy and lighter energy, because it doesn't have to be so serious all the time. You're almost there. You can afford a laugh now and again. So I hope this helped you. Do let me know in the comments below if this resonated with you. I do really appreciate all your likes and shares. It really does make my day. And hopefully I'll be able to talk to you very, very soon. If you want a reading from me or contact me on social media, they're all linked below. But in the meantime, take care, my lovely, lovely people in group 3, and I'll speak to you guys very soon.